Hello, it's me, Ian. Welcome to Help. My school trip is magic. Our magicians are no longer supply teachers, they're now posing as staff at some popular attractions. And because we know you know them, we've disguised them even more. We've secretly filmed the results with special hidden cameras. We've got a bit of culture on the show today with some wonderful classical ballet. Can you guess what my favourite ballet is? Swan Lake. Here's what's coming up on today's show. The Nutcracker.
Just start leaning a bit for me, mate.
Fergus choreographs magical moves that defy gravity. It's Riceley does it when Catherine gives you a helping in tricks of the trade. You've been sending in clips of all your best magic tricks, and later on I'll be picking my favourite. It's the wannabe wizards. And James has designed a device that causes disappearance and some 3D tomfoolery.
No, it's all right. I know what I've done.
Do you think you'd be able to tell if your school trip was magic? Do you?
This is Fergus. He likes to think outside the box. His cards are blue, but they're easily read. And it's a red letter day for year 5. They get the day out of school, which is always cool. What they don't know is that they've been hoodwinked at home and tricked by their teachers because this is one school trip with a difference. They're going to the Royal Opera House, home of the Royal Ballet. This school trip is going to start off normal and end up magical. And so they don't recognise Fergus, he's going to start off normal and end up beautiful. And so he looks even more beautiful, we've enlisted John. For contrast. Only joking, mate. The coach is effortlessly gliding its way towards its destination, while our magicians are realising that dancing is anything but effortless. This is Sander, a dancer from the Royal Ballet based here, showing our leads the nimbleness, strength and poise they require if they want to convince the trip they work here. Good luck with that, lads. The kids don't know what's to come from their trip, but they certainly won't be expecting this.
We're going to be doing some magic that's inspired by dancing and opera and the ballet.
Fergus.
Like I say, it's quite inspiring.
They'd better get a dance move on, because the kids are here. Whoa, it's Strictly Come Prancing. I give that a 7. The class are hot-stepping through the hallowed halls, and soon they're going to keep our fibbing magicians on their toes. Last-minute checks on set, and while the cameras roll, it's time for a final spin. On their heels come the unsuspecting trippers, so it's over to the floor.
Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning. My name's Lee Outside.
I'm sure he just said his name was Leotard. Cheeky. Nice Scouse accent too.
Now, the Opera House has been here for over 280 years.
Well, maybe not that good, but it is a fact.
Who here likes to dance? Lots of you. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any of my top dancers here today, but I do have my colleague and friend.
And magician.
Paul.
Otherwise known as John.
Now, Paul is well known for his performance in the 1945 production, Swan Lake, where he actually played the ugly duckling.
Well, of course they all believe that.
Now, Paul's going to take us through some very basic exercises. So, Paul, let's start off nice and simple, like, let's do a plie.
Now, this I have to see.
That's very good. That's great. I'll give you a hand there, Paul. He's not what he used to be.
Light on his feet, not as light on top.
Now, what about pirouettes, Paul?
Stand by.
Great, that's...
A thing of beauty.
You can tell he was once classically trained with that kind of technique. The other thing we're going to do with Paul is a balance exercise. So, Paul, if you make your way over to the mat.
John's happy to look silly, but soon Fergus will do some uber cool magic.
So what Paul is going to do is a basic stretch that we get all our dancers to do. He's going to lean over at a 45-degree angle. Now, I know that sounds impossible.
Because it is.
And quite frankly, I didn't believe it until I saw it.
You won't either.
So, Paul, just start leaning a bit for me, mate.
Magic coming up.
Right in a bit more. And a tiny bit more. Come on, Paul. No, Paul!
Whoa, that wasn't it. John went down like a sack of tatties. But the magic really is coming up.
Like I said, Paul's not quite what he used to be. Paul, clear that mat for me. Give Paul a round of applause anyway for his efforts.
And for suffering for his art.
Now I'm going to try and demonstrate what it should look a bit more like. So what's going to happen now if I lean forward? What's going to happen if I lean further than that? Yes.
You'll drop.
I'll drop or fall over.
You'd think.
But what we train our dancers to do is become exceptional at this stretch.
Fergus is about to do the impossible. Keep watching.
Normally now, the average person would go to here and fall over, but our dancers don't.
Whoa, that looks incredible. They think so too.
They can lean right at an impossible angle and actually move on that angle.
How's he doing that?
It's impossible, right?
Fergus has defied the laws of physics.
And then they can come back to that resting position. Isn't that cool?
They're impressed by his flexibility, but they don't realise he's bent the truth.
In a bit more.
Let's have another look at that cute trick from an acute angle.
No, Paul!
John fell headlong to earth, but Fergus took one giant lean for mankind. Do not adjust your TV sets, it's not wonky, and the magic's far from shonky. Later, John rotates this screen and turns the school trip upside down. Now Catherine is going to set you a magical challenge in tricks of the trade. If you fancy yourselves a magician, here's a trick you can try on your mates. Catherine will show you how to lift this jar full of rice, touching it with a wooden spoon, but not your hands. Can't be done, I hear you say it. Keep watching and you'll find out later in the show. It's going to be awesome. It's time to twirl back to our school trip at the Opera House. Earlier, Fergus was a lean, mean magic machine. It's time now for John to take centre stage.
Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome here to the Opera House. What a beautiful place, don't you think? Yes, it's marvellous, darling. Absolutely marvellous.
So's your accent.
I work in the costume department. It's my job to look after all these wonderful, beautiful costumes.
Shame about your own though, mate.
Who can tell me, what do you think a ballet dancer might wear for everyday shows? Everyday sort of wear. What would a ballet dancer wear, yes?
A tutu.
A tutu, very good, but yes. I was quite large when I danced. I used to wear what we call a 3-3.
Ba-dum-bum.
Now, obviously, some of the costumes that we have to wear here at the Opera House, they are very, very grand. I can remember once having to dance a Viennese polka dressed as an 8-foot pineapple. Yes, very difficult, but I did run rings around the other dancers.
That joke had a familiar ring.
Now, one of the big challenges for all of the dancers here is changing costume. Sometimes they have to change quickly in the wings, which is why I have developed this. This is the between-scene changing screen. I'm very, very proud of it.
The between-scene changing screen, that's a tongue twister.
And I'd like to demonstrate it now with the help of my colleague, Lee. Thank you, Lee.
John's leaning on a bit of magic assistance from Fergus.
Now, we're just going to let you have a little look at the screen now, so we'll turn it around. Wonderful.
There's nothing behind that screen. All that's on it is a pair of pink tights.
Now, as you can imagine, in a ballet, Lee might not have a lot of time to get changed, so he can use the between-scene changing screen to get changed. He's going to do that now very, very quickly. Are you ready, Lee?
Remember, nothing behind that screen. Watch carefully.
On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. And away he goes behind...
He's grabbed the tights. Here he comes. Whoa, he's changed. That's not Fergus.
He can come out dressed as another... Hang on a minute. You're not Lee.
John's only just realised.
Oh, yes, I am.
Oh, no, she isn't. But where has Fergus gone?
Are you sure?
He's not behind his screen. He's vanished.
Where's he go? Are you sure you're Lee?
I'm sure she's not.
Actually, no, I'm not Lee.
She's not Lee, but she's about to unpick the mystery.
I'm, in fact, Catherine.
This is one confused school trip.
Oh, and Lee wasn't Lee. Lee was Fergus. And I'm not me. I'm John, because we're magicians. And you've been set up by your teachers and your parents.
The penny's dropped.
And there's a camera over here, and there's a camera over there, and there's a camera over there. And you're all going to appear on CBBC's Help My School Trip is Magic.
Fergus vanished and Catherine appeared, quite literally a quick change. But how did it change our trippers' lives?
We thought it was califragilisticexpialidocious.
I don't know about Mary Poppins, it was more like popping locking when Fergus showed him an incredible move.
On that angle.
I never knew he was going to be able to lean over without falling.
3.
Then Fergus went behind the screen and something strange happened.
Immediately, he can come out dressed as another.
I was like, why is it not a man?
An even bigger question, where did the man go? He vanished into thin air.
I thought that trick was amazing.
A big thumbs up, and while I call out, Fergus, where are you? It's time to hear the kids shout. Still to come, Catherine will reveal how to lift a jar of rice using only a spoon in Tricks of the Trade. Have you worked it out yet? And Fergus is as flat as a pancake, but is it more than this class can take?
That's not quite what I had in mind.
Or will the kids realise their school trip is magic? But first, we ask you to send in clips of yourselves performing your best magic tricks. We received loads of clips from all over the country. Each week I'll be choosing a favourite wannabe wizard and showing them to you guys. My wannabe wizard this time is Deanna from Bradford.
My dad told me about a famous magician called David Copperfield who walked through the Great Wall of China. I said, that's easy, so I thought I'd do the same thing with my pack of cards and a small piece of card.
Really?
So I pushed the card through. Ta-da!
Whoa, it went through really easy. Let's get a rewind.
So I pushed the card through.
The card is through the cards,
Ta-da!
unless it's an empty box.
My dad said there are no cards in there, or they've all got little holes in them. I said, okay Dad, there aren't any cards in here, there's no china in here, just a great wall of steel.
What? Steel can't work that out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. James and Fergus, two magicians for the price of one. 2 coins in the hand are worth 1 in the fist. He's waving his money around. Now there's only £1. That's for Fergus. Double money, double trouble. Here comes even more trouble. Year 5 are already buzzed up because they're getting out of school for the day. This is Giona, remember her because she's going to be a star later on. Their teachers and parents are fully in the picture, but all this class know is they're off to the Design Museum. Here they celebrate all kinds of design ranging from domestic applications to futuristic inventions. We've had to get inventive with our guys' disguises so they don't get recognised. James is styling, Fergus not so much, but he's smiling.
It's great for me today, apart from the hair, which I'm quite proud of. I think the rest of it is rocking high street chic.
If you say so. The coach is drawing into the museum. Fergus has done some drawings of his own. Stick to the magic, mate. The school trip's in full swing. Here's Giona again looking at some objects made by a 3D printer which has inspired today's tricks. In a room elsewhere in the museum, the cameras are being camouflaged, the clapperboard is being, well, clappered. The magicians are walking the walk and soon they'll have to talk the talk, but will the class believe them? They're in position, but how are they feeling?
A little bit nervous now.
Yeah, excited.
Yeah, excited, nervous.
No time for nerves now.
Good to go. The eagle has landed. Bird is approaching the nest.
Here they come. They don't know it yet, but they're going to see some great tricks that will tap into their imagination.
My name is Andrew Brunel. I work here at the museum, and today I'm going to be telling you just a little bit about design.
Fergus has designs on blowing their mind.
I've got a pretty cool prototype to show you today. Who would like to see that?
Whoa, they're excited and they haven't even seen any magic yet.
Right, well, have you heard of like those automated lights that you get in your houses or like the schools, and you can control them all from your mobile phone? You can control the lights, or like maybe you've got a remote control. They're pretty cool, right? Well, this is designed for the plumbing in your house. This is a 3-dimensional schematic model which will enable you to control your plugs. your taps and your toilet flushing.
Toilet flushing, always funny.
Who's been at home and had, say, run the bath, and then they go downstairs, they might stick on the telly, or you might start talking to your mum or your dad or whoever, and then you realise you've forgotten to turn the taps off and you've nearly flooded the house. That's happened to me many times.
That's true, but this prototype isn't. It's magic.
This process, called Mind the Tap, will stop that from happening. So imagine this one here, this plug here, is plugged into your bath, right? So you run a nice little hot bath, you're gonna have a relaxing evening, you put the plug in, brilliant, done. Then you go downstairs and you go to put this plug in the sink, yeah? As you put this plug in the sink, in order to stop the house from flooding, Mind the Tap will unplug the plug from upstairs. It's cool, isn't it?
It's cool, but not a trick yet. The two taps are just connected by string, right?
Now, let's say you're downstairs and you want to go back upstairs and put the plug back in the bath. This plug will come out of the sink automatically. Check it out.
Well, that still figures they're connected.
Isn't that cool? But Mind the Tap is so sophisticated, it's actually got little sensors on here, right? Little sensors that will recognise when a plug's been unplugged, like that, and it will allow you to put one straight back in.
Hang on, that makes no sense. If they were connected, how could Fergus do that?
Now, the only problem with this particular prototype is if both plugs want to be in at the same time...
Whoa, both plugs are down together. How is that possible? Magic, that's how.
It confuses the little sensors here, so that won't work.
It's confused them too.
The amazing thing with this is it all works on Wi-Fi, so there is no cable connections.
Wi-Fi? More like what was that fi?
How cool is that? Who'd like one of them in their house?
That invention was credible, but the trick was incredible, and Fergus is about to pipe up with some more well-designed magic.
Once you've got the prototype, you need to start thinking about how the design looks. Yeah? You'll agree with that?
Yeah, but who designed your look, Fergus? I need to have a word with them.
The great thing about the classic designs is they can be recognised just from their silhouette. So every item and exhibit we have going, I create a silhouette. I've got very good at it and very fast. I'm a bit like the guy that's in that film, and he's got those scissors for hands. Bernard Scissor Chops, that one.
Not too many jokes, mate. They might trip you up.
I'd like to demonstrate this for you now, but I'm going to need a helper.
By which he means magic assistant.
What have you? What's your name? Giona, will you come and help me? Little round of applause. A big round of applause.
Told you to watch out for her. She's about to star in Fergus's next trick.
Giona, I've got a bag here of lots of different designs. Can you see all the different designs in there? So that is a vacuum cleaner. See that one? What else we got? We've got a squeezer on that one. And we've also got a phone box on that one. So what I'd like you to do, Giona, is to reach in and take out one of your very own designs. Are you happy to do that? So, go ahead, just reach in, take one out, and I won't look.
Giona's choosing a design.
Have you got one? Okay, and then what I'd like you to do, Giona, is look at it, remember it, and then go and sit back down.
She's happy with her choice.
Giona, I want you to think about the design, okay?
Fergus has got scissors, but has he got the chops to correctly guess Giona's design? Whoa, watch his fingers of fury. He's quick, but he's not taking any shortcuts. He thinks he can read her mind, but he's about to blow the minds of all her mates.
Giona, I've made an image. Can you tell everyone what image you took out the bag? What was it?
It's a telephone.
It's a telephone. It'd be impossible, wouldn't it, if I'd made a telephone? So you'd have thought. Can you get up and show the card to everyone of the one you took out? It's a telephone, right?
It's an old-fashioned.
Look, it's an old-fashioned telephone. And look at the design that I made.
It's an old-fashioned telephone, but it's a cutting-edge trick. The class are impressed, but they still don't suspect that this school trip is magic. Fergus impressed them with his disconnected misdirection and his super silhouette skills. The trip's about to take an even more surprising turn when James gets involved and gets a reaction that's anything but flat. Now it's time for Catherine to reveal the secret and tricks of the trade. Catherine will show you how to pick up this jar full of rice using only a spoon. Do you jam it in the neck of the jar and lever it up? No, the head of the spoon won't even fit. Do you lift the jar from underneath using the spoon? Now that won't work. Here's how. Simply tap the jar on the table a couple of times and then push the handle of the spoon down into the jar as far down as possible. Give it some welly, Catherine. Then pull the spoon up and the rice will contract against it, lifting up the jar. That's a great trick for you to take away. Talking of takeaway, that's made me hungry.
If both plugs want to be in it,
We've already seen technological untruths and well-designed magic at the museum, and now it's James's turn.
Right, now, technology moves so fast sometimes, it's difficult to keep up with it. It seems every 2 seconds there's a new phone or a new gadget. And part of my job is to stay one step ahead with the technologies. Now, this is our prototype 3D scanner.
Okay, so 3D scanner, that sounds plausible.
And we might have a scanner at the moment, put a bit of paper in it. But this one can scan 3 dimensions. So you can put objects in it like toys and make a copy of that and store it on a computer.
They'd totally buy James's disguise, and I think they'd like to buy the scanner.
This is one of our top secret ones at the moment because this one's actually does something special. Do you want to know what that special thing is?
Yeah.
They'll soon find out what's special about it. It's magic.
Okay, well this one, as well as doing inanimate objects, this one also does living things. So it's a bit more advanced. It can do plants and animals, even humans. And that's what we're going to do today with help of Andrew. Come on, Andrew.
Andrew, remember, is Fergus's alter ego for the tricky trip.
Right, what we're going to do is we're going to take the front of this box. So obviously it needs to fit something quite big. So Andrew, you all right? All right, bud? Yeah. Right, get in there then. Watch your head on the top. Go on.
Fergus is climbing into the 3D scanner. Don't copy that at home. Or 3D scan it.
Now, Andrew, it's going to go a little bit dark. We're going to just convert the front of the box on.
I don't really like the dark.
Bit late to tell James you don't like the dark now, mate.
Now, what we have to think about now is because Andrew is quite complex in many ways, it's important to get all the details right. So first of all, he's human. Like most of you in this room today, he is a human. Apart from that, we need to get his size. So what do you think? Large? Small? Small.
Good job, he's small. It's a tight squeeze in there.
Fine. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to turn the handles here, and what will happen is that the machine now will scan him in 3 dimensions. Inside the...
Whoa, what's happening? It's flat pack Fergus. That's not quite right.
All right, settle down.
That's 2D.
They're right, he's in 2D. Didn't James say this was a 3D scanner?
That's not quite what I had in mind there. But it's all right. Look, because if you remember, see, that's not actually Andrew, it's just a copy. See, Andrew, luckily, is safe and sound inside the box. Look, there he is.
Hey, he's disappeared. They can't believe it. Where's he gone? James has gone in for a closer inspection. Definitely not in there.
Right, no, it's all right. I know what I've done. No, what I've done is this, look. See,
maybe that 2D pick is Fergus.
I had to set on 2D. I think what we'll be able to do is if we reverse the process, put that on 3D, and give him a little wind in, hopefully what'll happen is reverse the process.
James is winding Fergus in and winding the class up.
Which should mean that the internal gubbins of the machine on the X, Y, and Z axis should mean that we're okay now, so hopefully... Oh, there he is!
Woo! We had more of the series left to film. Good job he's back. He looks a bit dishevelled.
Sorry about that. Oh, watch yourself, man. Oh, your glass all wonky there, but...
They can do magic, now they should tell the truth.
Thank you, Mr. Comran. Now, we actually have a confession for you here at the Design Museum today.
We don't really work here. And we are both magicians.
And there is a hidden camera there, and there's a hidden camera there, and there's a hidden camera there, and you will be set up at your school, and you're going to be on CBBC's Help My School Trip.
No wonder they're excited. This 3D magic is taking them into another dimension.
That trick was totally radical.
The machine, though.
Fergus went into the 3D scanner but came out flat. Where did the original go?
My favourite bit was when he disappeared and I was surprised because I didn't know where he went.
Inside the box, look.
He vanished, but James had a plan.
He was gone, then he reversed it and he was back. I was like, wait, how did that happen?
Oh, there he is.
It was all as if it happened by design.
It was really fantastic. I loved it.
It was an inventive trick and the class didn't suspect a thing.
See you later, but until then, if you're on a school trip and you think something magic's going on, maybe you'll find yourself shouting, "Help! My school trip is magic!"